Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Really think about how you spend money. Now, I know this might seem basic, but look, let's be real. Whether you want a business, whether you just want to manage money, it comes to what you're doing with the money. That's the basic. I don't care what you're trying to do. If you're watching this because you want some business ideas, watching other money channels, you want management ideas, you want that money-making mindset, it still come to what are you doing with the money that you're getting? What are you doing with the money that you're getting? There's a lot of people that get a lot of money and they just spend it crazy, like in poor neighborhoods. I would argue that there's a lot of money there. The reason why, because there are a lot of businesses there. Those businesses are making money. Those businesses, those little, takeout joints, those liquor stores, those pawn shops, all the owners of them are going to like nice neighborhoods when they go home during the day. They are making some money, grocery stores, whatever. The managers and everything are going home and making some money. Owners, everybody's making some money. There's money there. But what are they doing with their money? They are spending it right away. They spending it right away. And if y'all hear something in the background, it's cold up in this building. So that's the heat. But I'm going to tell you what. One of the keys is how you spending your money. Not so much how much money you're making. Like I've mentioned a couple times, and I still have to write that book. I still have to write that book going from minimum wage to six figures. I was making minimum wage at some places, but I wasn't spending it on dumb things. I was putting some away and just being basic. In times when I've, not making as much money, maybe able just to pay the rent. Like when I remember years ago when I had this apartment, modest apartment. Most I could do was pay the rent. It was tough. But then I wasn't spending money on anything extra. I wasn't spending money on anything extra, and I was like hitting more inexpensive stores for everything, including food. Hey, that's what I had to do, but it was how I was spending the money. I didn't miss any bills, anything like that. See, that's one of the things you got to think about. It's not so much how much money you make, how do you spend it? Now, I use the example of people living in poor neighborhoods. But what about, I have met, I don't know how many people I've met, and they making a lot of money. I remember a young lady I was working with at one of the gyms I worked out of. Now, even though I was working at the time, that was just a part-time job working at the government. But she was making more money working for a retail company. She actually shared it. Yeah, she lived at home with her mama because she didn't have good spending habits. That was the problem. You got some people, they making six figures after taxes. But they still living paycheck to paycheck. Why? They spending money on a lot of stuff. You get some people, they'll get that like car that's going to cost them $700 a month just for the payment. We ain't even talking about insurance, gas, and stuff like that. They buying the more expensive clothes or something like that. They not going to the outlet malls getting those clothes on sale. They not trying to figure it out. Like, let me throw that outlet mall in there real quick. Like, people have seen me in the polos and the gaiters and all of that. I get a lot of those shirts from outlet malls. The more expensive ones, the name brand stuff, you starting off like at 25, like about 25% off. You starting off that way. And then they always have sales and everything. But I'm not paying full price. That's one thing for expensive stuff. I don't pay full price. I don't think I paid full price for anything in a long time. In fact, I remember I was working at this retail store and I knew this guy and he had money. He didn't look like it though. A lot of people didn't want to talk with him. He didn't look like he had money. Rom being Rom, I was friendly with everybody. So I was friendly with him and found out eventually he had a lot of money. He had a big old house. He was making, last time I talked with him, he was a salesman, selling some high-tech stuff. His base salary was 6 figures. His base was 6 figures. He was able to buy his wife a $65,000 truck with cash. He showed me some pictures of his house. He lived in one of those mini mansions. But what did he do? He spent his money. Whenever he came to the store, he head straight for the clearance section. He didn't buy anything. In fact, he told me that. He said, no, don't pay full price for anything. But see, it's how they spent the money. That's very important. Like, whatever I'm talking about, whatever I'm doing, think about it. I don't care what it is. Always catch some sales. Some people be using coupons like crazy. You don't want to pay, unless you absolutely positively have to pay full price for something. Even getting a car, I'm going to tell you what, when I got my car, it's a used car. It's a modest car, it's a used car. I had no problem saying that. I paid that thing off in a year. Probably could have paid it off in cash right away, but I wanted to keep some money in my savings. And the car it had less than 7,000 miles on it. I think I said 6,000 miles on it, less than 7,000 miles, but it was a used car. One thing I learned from some people, they would get just used cars, even if they were like high-end cars, used cars, because a car goes down in value the second you drive it off the lot, a new car. One thing about a used car is all the repairs have been done to it. Anything happening to it has been done to it. See, you want to think in those terms. Unless you absolutely positively have to spend full price for something, don't do it. Like if you have to, you have to. But if you can get something good. You can get it on sale. You can get a good used car or something like that. Boom. Don't pay full price for it. That you want to manage your money. That's the reason why I call this Money Matters and I talk about money management. You know, you could be in a poor neighborhood and manage your money better than somebody in a rich neighborhood. I've known a guy, he actually did that. He actually had a lot of money. One, he didn't have to pay for where he was living, so he was lucky in that amount, but he didn't have a car. So he would just have money and he would just invest in different things. And he was working a really regular job, but he could manage his money like crazy. I want you to really think about that. Really, really think about that. How you spend your money. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing that you have to deal with. It ain't so much how much money you making, it's how you spend it. Like I said, you could be making 6 figures and living paycheck to paycheck. You could be making, I don't know, $25,000 and still have some savings. It depends. Even in a poor neighborhood, if you don't spend it on a bunch of dumb stuff, you can like save some money. That's why I'm always saying save, save, save. You know, and the savings not just to keep saving for life. Saving is for emergency, saving is for investment, you know, things of that nature. But you still want to get to the point you're not just spending money, okay? As soon as it touch your hands, it don't need to leave your hands. It needs to sit for a while, okay? And then even when you buying stuff, think about what you buying before you buy it. Like when I buy stuff, even if it's clothes or stuff, I'm thinking investment. Like when I get shirts, anything, even if they not name brand, they'll still be nice and usually just to wear on here, okay? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. Y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.